But first of all, do you all agree that there is now national unity for your generation? Because from what we see on social media, it appears as if uh, it is more fragile than before. People appear to be more judgmental and intolerant. I don't know, maybe it's just my social media feed, but your generation might be different. Is is there? Do you agree that it is more fragile now than before? And do you all personally have friends of all races? Can you all actually say that you have friends from all races?
Hello, a very good morning to everyone. My name is Marita Wena Najumatia. I am taking a bachelor degree in government and public policy. So back to your question about how to promote unity and peace. And you say that the judgmental among the young generation. Okay, the first question is, why are we being so judgmental? That is because we don't know. So here I would like to promote the concept of ask and tell. If we don't know, we ask. And if they don't know or they're not clear of it, we should tell. So personally, in my family, uh, I have my aunt who married to Indian, and she converted to Hindus. I have also my aunt married to a Malay, and now she converted to Muslim. My cousin married to a Chinese. So basically, in my house, we're celebrating all the celebration in Malaysia. And Christmas Day is where everyone is gathering without knowing that the difference of races and also religion. And I also believe in equality. Everyone is equal, and no one should have more or less because we are all Malaysian. Thank you.
Thank you. This is very heartwarming. Through a true one Malaysia family. From your perspective, Malaysians, polarization, racial barriers, being dismantled, getting better, or do you think there is still a big issue in terms of racial disunity among Malaysians? Maybe someone who have not spoken, maybe want to share their views.
Hello, I'm Chris Min, studying Bachelor in Accounting. About racial unity. Back then, before Merdeka, what happened to our country? All races are segregated in terms of education, economics. Like the Chinese will study in the Chinese school, the Malay will study in the Malay school, and the Indians. And in terms of economic-wise, mostly Malays are the government servant. For the Chinese, they're doing business, and for the Indians, maybe they are the police. Different, they are segregated based on their race. So, if Malaysia are united, they are able to achieve Merdeka. This is what the British they're worried about. And for now, look at us. We are all from different races, different background. We're studying in the same school. So for me, Malaysia have actually improved in terms of unity, but maybe we haven't achieved, we are not perfect. But yes, for me, there are some improvement compared to the past. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe Jelly, you want to speak?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Yusri. I'm from Jeli, Kelantan. I'm taking a Bachelor of Art, Government and Public Policies. Okay, basically, I think it's a quite of issue today because we want to encounter this obstacle. We look at for the student or for our Malaysian migrate to another country and living there. I think it's not quite good because we should to identify for our country first. We should to stay here and then we can create this resilience. Then I think we want to promote the Merdeka. Education is very important. How our government to educate our people. They must to centralize the policies is to to put, for example, to promote all the racial in a one schools, start from pra-schools. It's not from start for universities or not start from the secondary, primary. Should to start the pra-school first. Then how the parent educate their, their child to taking care for, for the racial issues. That's all.
Are you saying that there should be a single stream school? That means all Malaysians go to the same school instead
Yes.
of
Yes.
different kinds of schools
Yes.
now? Do you think that the different kinds of schools now is a barrier towards national unity?
Yes.
All of you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said just now you object. You have reservation. Okay.
Yes, I do have objection.
Yes.
By the way, hello, I'm Nor Azima Osman, and now I'm taking Bachelor of Accounting, and now enrolling in semester 4, second year. So the reason that I have objection toward this segregation because I came from a religious school, Maktab, so it's a Islamic school. I think it's quite impossible because, of course, we cannot put Chinese or Hindus in Islamic school or put Muslims to their schools. But what we can do here, what I would like to suggest is perhaps we could have a program together. Maybe it's a different school, but do a program together. Perhaps a competition, public speaking, do it together. Because during my experience in my secondary school, we never have it. That's why it become a problem of racial unity now.
So how early do you think that we should start integrating all races?
Start it now. Start it now because we shouldn't wait. It's a good idea. I'm sorry, I'm not complimenting me, but I do think it's a very good idea because we really should do it. It is very impossible to put all Malaysian in one school, but we can make all the Malaysian to be together in a program.
Okay. Okay. I see your point, but maybe sit down first. Maybe, but okay. If the government continue to have different schools, sekolah kebangsaan, sekolah jenis kebangsaan, sekolah agama, but if that is not possible to have one school system, and can we have one language, which is one national language, which is Bahasa, as a medium instruction for all, or do we revert back to science and English for as a language of unity in the country? We should go the example of, say, Singapore, where the medium instruction is English, or we stick to Bahasa Malaysia?
Hello everyone, my name is Evelyn Gupa Anangi. I'm taking Government and Public Policy. So in my opinion is that currently in Malaysia we can see that the government already implement the Sekolah Wawasan. So in the Sekolah Wawasan we can see that all races inside, which is the Malay, Chinese, and also the Indian. So during any activity indirectly, they will be interact with each other. They will learn their culture, custom, and also other language. So back in primary school, I was going to SJKC Sulo in my hometown. So at that time, there are only three Ibans in that school. So all is Chinese. So after that, I learned very well in Chinese. And then when I go to secondary school, I was only then I started to know other races, because in sekolah kebangsaan only I can see the Bidayo, Iban, Chinese, Malay, and also the Indians. So during that time I learned a lot, and I'm very grateful. When I come to Unirazak also, I learned a lot of the culture also. So that's it. Thank you.
Yes.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Maurice Derry. I'm currently studying for a BA in Government and Public Policy in my second year currently. I would like to add on what Evelyn has pointed out earlier. I attended a Chinese primary school, and in my secondary school, I attended MRSM, which was conducted in Bahasa Malaysia. And afterwards, I went to the United States as an exchange program student after my SPM, and I learned in a very different environment. So what I'm trying to say is that trying to streamline the education system under one language or under one identity is quite a dangerous thing. The reason is because my experience didn't change me into somebody who is easily gravitating towards one particular racial identity. I embrace all racial identities existing in this country openly because of my experience of attending different cultures, different environments within Malaysia itself and abroad. And I think we could actually learn from that experience. And back to Ms. Sweatlin's questions earlier, she has a concern whether or not it is still relevant for the Gen Y people to consider or to romanticize with the past how our forefathers struggled and fought against the colonialists. I think what we need to do is to reevaluate our definition of Merdeka. We need to move past and transcend above the concept of seeing it as something synonymous with the fights and the struggles of these people. We need to look at something above that. When we go outside to KL Central and the Central Market, for example, we still see people who are homeless looking for scraps and leftover food, for example. We still see single mothers, people living in the fringes who are still trying to do multiple jobs, trying to make ends meet, trying to put food on the table. Have we ever considered what Merdeka actually means to these people? The problem is we are very self-entitled in this particular age right now. We don't think about what Merdeka means to these people. We think about it from our own selfish perspective. And that's very dangerous. That's why we have racial unity problem here. Because we look at people such as the Jakun tribe and we look at them with disgrace because we think that we are better than them. But at the same time, we are actually propagating this racial disunity issue. The thing is, there are a lot of inequality existing within our society right now that we need to address first before we can actually talk about Merdeka in its fullest sense. I think that's the thing that we should be focusing in this discourse. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I know you raised a very good point. It's also about this. Merdeka also means economic closing the gap between the haves and the have-not, between the regions. Also the disparity between these developed regions, parts of the country, and less developed parts of the country. I think this is also add value to, the meaning of Merdeka.